One of the things that I've grown to enjoy over the years of presenting Kwanzaa celebrations is, in so many different settings, is when I present them in people's homes. Because I think this is what you heard tonight, what you saw tonight is Kwanzaa in its living form. New young bloods here and new life here. The elders and the community, those who have been abroad, those who are here at home, the family. And I always feel blessed that I am able to share with it. This is more than my friend, this is my love.
Yes.
This is my heart. And Kwanzaa itself is a special opportunity for all of us to be who we are and do what we do in the name of family and community. So before, as I begin, the traditional way is to begin by paying respect to the ancestors, those who came before we did. I use water because it is one of the elements of life. You can't survive without it. And when you pour libation and pay respect to the ancestors, report into a plant or on the soil, because it nourishes the life, it nourishes the ground, it nourishes something that's going to grow from it. The libation statement in many different forms are paying respect and acknowledgement to the Creator, the Father of us all. Without the Creator, we wouldn't be here. Without the Creator, nothing would be here, because we're all fruits of the Creator's life and goings. And I like to do this in very quick form. As we pour libation, each person go around and just say somebody out of their life, their family, their hero or shero that they want to call and acknowledge as an ancestor.
Ann. Alma.
Anna Mae.
Henry.
Tommy. Elizabeth.
Masquine.
My brother.
Michael. Caesar.
Raphael.
Lottie and Linda. My grandchildren. Ruth.
My mother.
Fanny. All the ancestors of African people everywhere.
Walter Bessie Jackson.
That's it.
Ashe. We thank the Creator for life. We thank the Creator for this planet, this earth, this day, this opportunity to build, to grow, to develop. We thank the Creator for family, for those whose shoulders we stand on, for those who have sacrificed on our behalf, those who have struggled, those who have given, those who have lost, those who have contributed, those who are our ancestors. Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe.
Thank you.
Kwanzaa is a 7-day cultural celebration. It is not a replacement for Christmas. Kwanzaa begins the 26th of December, ends the first day of the year, the 1st of January. Began in 1966, created by Dr. Maulana Karenga, professor of Africana Studies at the University of Southern California. He was looking for a way, as an activist, as a cultural nationalist, to develop a celebration, what I call an inclusive celebration for the entire African family, whether we're here, whether in the Caribbean, whether on the African continent, whether in Central and South America, or up north in Canada, all around the United States, as a unifying celebration that was non-political, non-heroic, non-religious, so that it would not conflict with all those different things that we argue about. We can't discuss religion. We can't discuss politics. Too often we can't discuss our heroes and sheroes. We can discuss ourselves. A 7-day cultural celebration, non-heroic, non-political, non-religious, that we gather with 7 principles that we can guide our lives around, as Tony said, 365. And again, it starts the day after Christmas, so we can celebrate Christmas as part of that American culture that the sister talked about. We can celebrate the birth of the Christ child and all the things that are part of that celebration. Pay recognition. And this happens during the same time of year that all the other celebrations for different cultures around the world gather. It's part of that harvest season where crops are brought in. We're gathering the family. Kwanzaa means first fruits, the first fruits of the harvest. And this is the Creator's harvest. This family, the elders, the parents, new birth, gathering of the family. And that's the most important thing about Kwanzaa, is as you lead into the principles of it, is the unifying of our family and our community, to bring us together, to celebrate, to acknowledge, to pay respect, to love, the unification of the family. Without that, we're lost. If there's anything that needs to be brought closer to home to all of the generations in the community and in the African family, is that without unity, we can't survive. Without unity, we cannot survive. We have to be on that accord of what we're about as a people. We can dress in our African attire, we can wear three-piece suits, we can wear Adidas and Timbs, it doesn't matter. We're still part of the African family. And in the African family, which you see here, it's not just about the biological. It's the biological family and the extended family. Brothers and sisters all together celebrating each other. It's about celebrating the people. Kwanzaa, more than anything, is about celebrating the people. It has 7 principles that are represented in the candles held up by the Kanar, which represents unity. And each of the elements in the table has a significance to it. You start with the mat, the fabric and the straw mat representing the history and culture of African people. That's important because we don't learn enough about who we are. We brought up in this culture of America and this colonized educational system under the Board of Education, the Department of Education, wherever you are in this country, and you learn about their story. You learn about their contributions. And you learn, and too often, their interpretation of our history, which is most of the time off. But that's another lecture. That comes up in Black History. So we learn about the fact that we do have a history, we do have a culture that begins with the first human beings, the brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa, being the first human beings on this planet, in East Africa. The history and culture is there. And it's there in books like that, Africana. The history is there. On the table you have the fruits and vegetables, which represents the hard work, the struggle that you've had, that you listened to earlier today, this year, in our lives, in our history, in our culture, in our people. Hard work. But at the end of that hard work, you see the benefits. The family, the jobs, the placement of each other, the significance of what we do as a people, the celebration of bringing together and harvesting. The struggle is always worth it, because at the end, there's something that comes out of that struggle. It always has. The corn represents the children. For every child in the family, there's an ear of corn on the table. If there are no children in the family, there's at least one ear of corn, because they're always the future of a child being born into the family, whether it's the biological family or the extended family. There's going to be future children coming into this earth through the